Welcome to Billions Top, a channel talk about money. Today we would like to introduce the book is called The Compound Effect. Author Darren Hardy is the best-selling author of the New York Times, is also the founder of the magazine Success. Darren, through the success criteria in the book, at the age of 24, has reached the annual income of millions of dollars and started a company with over $50 million in revenue at the age of 27. Over the past 20 years, his life is focused on the study of how this topic above, and this book The Compound Effect is the author based on his life experience and research, sorted out the most effective steps to help readers effectively achieve a variety of life goals. I had seen this book on Amazon and Google Book Recommendation, and in the bestseller list for more than 300 weeks in a row, so the first time to buy. After reading, it is a very nice book. So I decided to share with you here, what is the Compound Effect? It's in the book. It's in each of our lives. It's all a result of the past day, a small choice, each small action, the total sum of all things, from what to eat, where to work, who to spend time with, how to spend the weekend and so on. Every choice has shaped our lives now, and the compound effect refers to a series of small and correct behavior, get huge rewards on the road of life, adhere to some small good behavior every day, can bring great changes to our lives. Whether you use this strategy to improve relationships, finances, and on all levels, the moment of change is very small. It may be will not notice any change in a short time, but as long as the accumulation of time, you will get a change beyond your imagination. Let's start with example. There are three friends, Mr. A, Mr. B and Mr. C. They grew up together in the same area. Three people in all aspects of development are very similar, whether it is the annual income, health, wealth and institutions are the same. The first Mr. A, he is very satisfied with the current state of life, income is good, physical condition is normal as office workers, work every day, living the same life pattern, he felt that this life is okay, also did not particularly want to change anything, but occasionally will complain about the invariant life. And the second friend, Mr. B, he wants to see his life change, so he began to make some seemingly insignificant small changes in life. He will read about self-growth and investment books every day, and on the way to work will listen to some of the knowledge of the content of podcast. Recently he read a book on health advice. In addition, he also began to walk a few thousand steps a day, which is about 1 to 2 kilometers away. In fact, he only needs to use a little more on the way home and the usual can complete this small task. And these small changes in daily life are not difficult, not particularly laborious, almost everyone can do. As for the third friend Mr. C, he only made a different choice. He bought a huge flat-screen TV, subscribed to Netflix, every night after work, will buy a bunch of high-calorie home, and then lie on the couch, comfortable watch series. In fact, there is nothing particularly crazy behavior, he just wanted to add a little fun in life. Every night Mr. B will continue to read self-growth books, on the way to work will listen to the content of knowledge podcast, while Mr. C continued to enjoy the happy hour every day, every night holding soda and fried chicken, watch the latest drama on time. Mr. A is business as usual, did not make special changes, life is not much different, so the three people had a flat faint 5 months. These three men, who had a different pattern of behavior every day, had not been long enough to see any real progress or regression in their bodies. After 10 months, some people who know them, slowly found that they have some slight changes, but in appearance these three friends still difficult to detect what is different. Almost to the 25 months, some obvious differences began to emerge. By 31 months, three people had a huge change. Mr. B became thinner, every day to reduce 125 kilocalories of calories. By 31 months, Mr. B successfully lost 15 kilograms. And Mr. C became fat, he just eat 125 kilocalories of food a day. 2.5 years after the weight has increased by 15 kilograms, that is to say, now more than Mr. B full weight of 30 kilograms. But the difference between the two of them is not just the weight. In these 2.5 years, Mr. B spent nearly 1,000 hours reading good books and listening to all kinds of knowledge, and applying what he learned to life. Then he get promotion and raise salary and work. And Mr. C is not very smooth, because the indulgence of life, addicted to cereals and junk food every night, resulting in a poor spirit in the company, and even affect the performance of the work. There are some physical problems, the number of visits to the doctor became frequent. As for Mr. A, it is almost 2.5 years ago, but now there is a bit more dissatisfaction with the immutable life, which is the result of the compound interest effect. Through this example, we can see the difference between the beneficiaries and the victims who make good use of the compound effect. The result is very unbelievable. Mr. B using the positive characteristics of the compound effect, it looks like overnight success, but in fact her success is from making the right choice every day, and the result of long-term persistence. This is the power of the compound effect. What you have in life, or not yet have, all because of compound effect. As long as you realize this principle, we can change our life. The book gives us an equation: the right choice, plus repeated actions, and then add to the accumulation of time. Life will be a lot of great changes. What I'm going to share is the book's 9 effective strategies that can help us change our lives and achieve the ideal life we want to live. First, set specific goals. No matter today you know what the welfare is, compound effect has been playing a role in our lives, so it is important that you how to use this principle, bring your life to the desired place, and the first step is to figure out what you want to achieve. The goal must be clear. You have to know what to do next. For example, lose 5 kilograms in 3 months, increase income by 20% in 6 months, etc. Our brain can only pursue those specific things once you have a clear goal and have a strong enough reason to keep looking back and thinking about it every day. It becomes a part of your life, and the brain will automatically look for and notice all the things that have to do with it. For example, recently you bought a new car. Suddenly you will find the street is full of this car. In fact, these cars have been in just before you did not notice it for you, until you start to pay attention to this thing. They will really exist with your world. You want to make some more money today, then your brain will naturally. You want to improve your health today, you will naturally pay attention to all the topics related to health. You will start to pay attention to the food you eat every day. You will start to do regular exercise every week. You will start to become interested in the knowledge of nutrition and so on. When you clearly define your goals, you will see a lot of things that you usually ignore. With this new perspective, the brain will begin to find and use the resources at hand to accomplish this goal. Now all you have to do is write down a list of your goals in life, putting goals in all levels of life, including career, finance, health, family, relationships and more. Remember to set goals when you need to be specific. You can immediately know what the next action is, then turn it into small actions that you can do every day, like jogging for 10 minutes a day, reading 10 pages of good books a day, and meditating for 5 minutes a day. Progress a little bit a day. Stick to this little action to bring you daily life. After the accumulation of time, you will see the results you want. Second, changing bad habits. As I said before, the choices you made in the past have contributed to your present life. Every decision, no matter how big or small, no matter how heavy, will change the trajectory of your life, such as whether you want to go to college, who to marry, should you drink a drink before driving, whether you want to work today, or whether you want to say that I love you to your lover. Think carefully. Every decision you make will have a compound effect on your life. Everyone in life a lot of time, however, we are in the unconscious state to make decisions. Some habits have been ingrained in our bodies. In the weekend you use the computer to watch the latest series, readily open a book on the table, thirsty naturally go to the refrigerator. After a few hours passed, when you ate a few packets of chips and soda on the table, you suddenly found that you have to destroy today's healthy diet plan. But also unknowingly spent a few hours to watch the series. Today did not do anything, wasted a good weekend. Such a situation is not very familiar. We often unconsciously make a lot of incorrect decisions, and the solution is that we have to be conscious to get rid of those immediate satisfaction trap. Eat a pile of fried chicken and fries, soda cannot thin down. Every day after work spend 2 hours to catch up with the drama series. That means you have 2 hours less to read book and add value to yourself. We all know the truth behind, but human nature is this: compared to the long-term benefits, we all like to be satisfied immediately. If today a person ate a mouthful of fried chicken, greasy, heart attack immediately, then this person was rescued after it is likely to never dare again greasy food. If a person smokes a cigarette today, his face immediately grow 80-year-old wrinkles. 100% of that person will not dare to smoke again. But the problem is that we can get immediate satisfaction from the bad habits, and the moment does not have any obvious negative effect, which really leads to people often let themselves indulge in bad habits. We will tell the key is every tiny action and choice in everyday life. Keep that in mind. Letting yourself indulge in any bad habit can lead you to a life of misfortune through compound interest. So make a list of bad habits that will have a bad impact on your life today and make up your mind to get rid of them. If you want to quit drinking, get rid of all the alcohol-related stuff in the house. If you want to eat healthy, clean up all the junk food in the fridge and stop buying junk food. Whatever triggers your bad habits, throw them all away and focus on getting rid of one bad habit at a time. Then just make some small adjustments every day. Every day for a long time will have a significant effect. Due to this part is too long, we will put another 7 points on next video. If you like our video, please subscribe, like and share to your friends. This is our motivation to create more valuable content.